Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Here Kitty Kitty made its way into my house because of the cat theme. I have a cat fiend in my house, and it's my daughter. She loves kitty cats. We have 5 people in our family. She always says there's 6 because of the cat. She adores this cat, and I don't like the cat one bit. And we have a cat because she won. Nevertheless, Here Kitty Kitty is a neat little game. Now, this game has some really great components. These cats are really cute. They're really cool how they look like cats and you're moving them around. On your turn, you can move a cat in, you can play a card. And this game really comes down to draw a card, play a card, really. And what you're trying to do is collect the cats based on whatever scoring mechanisms there are. And there's a little bit of complicated scoring based on what colors you're able to get in. And each spot on your board is worth more, so they kind of go into one spot and then they get closer into your house. So there's a little bit going on with the scoring. Most of the card play is move a cat, hurt somebody else, steal a cat from somebody, that kind of take that stuff. It's a take that game with a little bit of area control and a little bit more complicated scoring. And it kind of works here for a cat lover, I think. And I think that most people would pass this game by. It's not, if you're playing Scythe and you like Scythe, I want the next Scythe, this is not going to be your next Scythe. This is a little take that game with a cat theme attached to it that, kids or family might like to play. Now, there is take that in that you will be stealing from other people, so be aware of that if you have a stinker at your table. A little kid does like to be stolen from. This is going to include that, so that might reinforce that. There is some strategy into it because of the way it scores. A lot of times you'll be able to choose what color cat you want to bring into your little playing area, and that can be really neat because you score for sets, and the cards may allow you who has the most orange, etc. So there's a little bit of that playing into it. Simple strategies here. I think 6-year-old and up can probably handle this game. And I think at some point your kids will just outgrow it and not ask for it anymore. I'm going to be keeping this for my daughter. This isn't a game that I'm going to recommend to you, but it is a fun game. It has some fun in there for cat lovers and people who might be okay with Take That. If you like Take That, then this is just as good as any. And I do like the scoring mechanism, which elevates it a tad. So don't overlook this one. Maybe give it a try next time it comes across the gaming table. Here's Here Kitty Kitty. You can see the cat's mouse, and I don't know if you can see it, but all the cats are inside there, so it's really cool. My kids really, really like that little aspect to it. You open it up, you're going to have your cat miniatures here. You will have your rule book that fits in there really great. We'll take a look at that in a second. You're going to have these player boards, which are fine, not the thickest in the world that you've ever seen, but they're just going to sit on the table anyway, so they're fine. And you're going to get a bunch of cards that you will have. You have the order of play cards that you can give to everybody, and then all the Take That cards that are kind of in the game and available to play. The components are good. I think they fit in the box. You do have kind of a custom insert, which looks really cool with this going through it. And it has that kid factor to it, and that's really what this game is. But the components, these little miniatures that you get, they look like cats. They're different colors, and they're pretty fantastic. Here's a rule book for Here Kitty Kitty. You see the component list, and there are pictures over here, although be it small. Introduction, objective, and a game setup with pictures, which is great. You can have the order of play where it breaks everything down and what cards to use with a number of players, and end of game. This is really all you need to play, and the scoring. And then they go a little bit more in detail about how things move and how you can draw up additional card details that you may need, like a FAQ almost, and then the credits and some advertisements. And if you wanted to score on the back, you could do this, but I don't know why anybody would do that. But it's really good. I like how this one is broken down. Very easy game to play, but for kids, this game gets a little bit more complicated, of course. This could be a step up for them. I think the rules keep it simple. I think you're going to need about 15 minutes to read this rule book, and you'll be up and running. Set the game up. Everybody's going to get a player board that has a yard, a porch, and a house on it. You'll take the red cards out of the deck. You'll shuffle them up and give everybody 3 cards. And then after everybody has their cards, you're going to shuffle the red card back into the deck, and then you'll be ready to play. On your turn, you have one of 3 actions. You can move a cat. So if they're here in the supply, you can move a cat to your yard. If you already had a cat on your board, let's say I already had one on the porch, I can move him into my house. That'd be one of my 2 possible actions. I could also play a card from my hand. In this case, Catnap. Play at no action cost, prevent any one cat from being moved. So this is kind of a blocking card that I could do. let's see, this one out of my hand, move 3 cats from the neighborhood into your yard. So I could play this card. I like to just use the box to put it back up. I can take 3 cards, 3 cats from the neighborhood, any color that I want, and I can just throw them in my yard. And that card will allow me to move more cats than just the one that I could have done. Also, I can take up to 3 cards that are in my hand, discard them if I don't want them anymore, and then at the end of your turn, you draw up to your full hand, which at the beginning of the game is 3 cards. So those are the 3 actions you can do. You can move a cat 1 space, you can play a card from your hand, or you can discard a card from your hands so you can get different cards at the end of the turn from the pile. So let's see what some of these cards do. Now these red ones that you took out at the beginning of the setup are instant cards. Every player moves 2 cats from their yard to their neighborhood. So that takes 2 cats out of your yard and puts them back in the neighborhood. Move 1 cat 2 spaces. So if I had this, I can move this 1 cat from my yard to the porch to the house. That's 2 spaces. One player of your choice moves 2 cats in the yard, while 1 go into each neighbor's yards. So there's a way to move cats around. The player with the fewest house cats immediately moves 2 cats from their porch or 2 from the yard into the house. If there's not enough cats on their property, they can take cats from the neighborhood. Play at no action cost immediately after the draw up phase of any player's turn to replace any cats removed from your property during the last turn. It's a way to block it if anybody comes after you. Choose a color of cat on your porch. Every player, including you, counts that same color of cat on their porch. For every 2 they count, they may move 1 cat from their neighborhood. So the cat colors are going to matter for scoring purposes, and some of the cards will play off of those. When the last card is pulled from the deck, the end of the game will be triggered. When the game ends, you will then score and see who has the most points. Scoring is very simple and it's printed right here on the board. You can get 5 points for any cats in your house. I have 2, so that would be 10 points. Porch would be 3 points. Let's say I had 2 here, so that would give me 6 points, and the yard will give me 0. So this guy right here will be worth nothing. If I have 5 or more cats of the same color anywhere on my board, I will get a bonus of 5 points. 1 cat of each color. So let's say I had this orange one also. 1 orange, 1 gray, 1 white, and 1 black. I would score an additional 5 points. If I end up with most cats of a color, let's say I have 2 whites, and that ends up being the most. These guys have 0 whites and 0 whites. I will get 3 points, and I go through each color for that. And that's another reason why the colors can be super important. If I have all of the cats of a single color in my house, I will get 10 points. So you can take an action and move a cat, which is the slowest possible way. You can play the cards, or you can discard them. A lot of take that in here, and there's a lot of just kind of moving cats around. Very simple game, very easy to play. Should be up and running in just a few minutes. Who should buy this game? First of all, kids who like cats. If you're like me and your daughter loves cats but doesn't love the game, likes the game, doesn't love the game, this can be a great way to get her to the table. Hey, you want to play the cat game? Sure, Dad, I love cats. And that works. Believe it or not, that works. Put an orc on the table, doesn't want to see it. Put a kitty cat in place of the orc, she'll actually check out the game. Let's try this one out. So cat lovers, younger the better. I'm thinking 6 and up on this game is probably where I would get it at. If your child can read, maybe 5, but I think 6 is a good number. 8 and up might be the sweet spot where they're understanding strategy and the scoring. The scoring's a little complicated, and you can dumb it down a little bit, for the 6-year-old, so the scoring can be a little bit easier, or if you have a really bright 6-year-old, maybe they can grasp it. But that's kind of the area you're going to be in. For adults, you're looking at light filler, you're looking at Take That, maybe non-gamers can play this. This isn't going to be something you're centering your gaming night around. If you're playing maybe like, this is a filler, and then maybe play Wingspan, have that cat and bird, trying to be cute with it, that would work out. Otherwise, this is something most gamers are going to pass by, but their family time, it may be utilized. So I'm going to be keeping it for the kid. It would necessarily be a purge for me if it was just me, but for you, I'm going to recommend it for cat lovers, family, and light to non-gamers. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you liked it, please like it and hit that little subscribe button. That really helps out the channel, lets us know that you're getting the videos that you want. If you agreed or disagree with what I said, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I promise that I will comment back. Thanks for watching, and everybody else, keep playing.